Are you looking for ideas for organizing an RV bunkhouse? Well, that's what I'm fixing to show you. Hey y'all, I'm Dawn and this is Younger Every Day. So basically we bought a fifth wheel, sold almost everything we had in Texas, packed up the kids and the dog, and headed west. Now Cole's going to school and we are loving this crazy life. On this channel we take you on amazing adventures, do product reviews, and share tips and tricks for RV living, just like this one. So go ahead and hit subscribe to join the Younger Gang, and don't forget to ring the bell so you never miss out on any of the fun. If you haven't seen some of our other videos, you can click right up here to get all caught up. Welcome to Tip Tuesday. Every Tuesday we share new tips and tricks that'll help you on your RV adventure. Today we're continuing our series on organizing our RV. Now that's a really big job, so we're breaking it down into small pieces, and today we're talking about how we organize our bunkhouse. Obviously everybody has different kinds of things, but here are some ideas that might help you as you look at organizing your bunkhouse. So let's take a look at what we've got. First we'll talk about the storage that's built in, and then we'll talk about what we have added. So the bulk of the storage in the bunkhouse area are these cabinets we've got over here on the wall. So we've got a couple up at the top, and then we've got this set on the bottom. Since we have 4 kids, we decided to give them each a space of their own. They're allowed to keep as many toys as they can fit in their little part of the cabinet. And we have a few that they store other places. But for the most part, they keep their toys in their own part. So let me show you how we've got those set up and kind of what those look like. This first cabinet is Kinsey and Haley's. Each of them has a cardboard magazine holder that keeps their papers and coloring books. So there's Haley's, there's Kinsey's down there, kind of in the dark. They also each have one of these metal shelves right here. There's Haley's, there's Kinsey's. Those shelves come in a 2-pack from Amazon, one bigger one like this one of Kinsey's and a smaller one like Haley's, which works really well if you have a cabinet that's tall enough to stack them. If you don't, then they work separately like ours. Because these lower cabinets are so deep, they go down about that far below the bottom of the shelf. It goes down in there. It makes it a little bit hard to organize those, and so putting one of those shelves in there makes it easier for her to get her stuff in. So besides the metal shelves, we have these Target baskets that organize all their things. So Kinsey's got one under her shelf. She's got one at the back of her shelf, and then she's got just a couple bigger items sitting on the shelf. Haley's got a smaller one at the top and bottom, and then she's got a long one. This is her like Barbie doll stuff, and then she's got the Barbies and a big bag at the back. The Ziploc bags are not my favorite look, but it's working for right now. Hopefully we'll come up with some better solutions at some point. But it works. It keeps your stuff organized. And they just keep their small items in those. That's worked out really well for them. Now let's check out the other side, which is Connor and Ansley's. So this cabinet has Connor and Ansley's things. The top is Ansley's, the bottom is Connor's, and theirs is organized a little bit differently. They each actually have 2 metal shelves. That just worked out better for them. They do each still have these cardboard magazine racks that hold their papers and coloring books. Ansley has one larger metal shelf and a smaller one that actually kind of fits under it a little bit because they overlap. She's got her dolls under here, little bags and stuff here. Again, her papers and coloring books here. On the top, she's got Maximus, and then a Target basket just with odds and ends. Connor, given that he's older, has smaller toys, and so they need to be organized a little bit better. He's got 2 large shelves and improvised by putting a boulder in between them to keep the top one from falling off, since they're exactly the same size and they would fall down. He's got 3 of the Target baskets, so you can see those here. And so he's just got his stuff organized into categories like electronics, card games, that kind of thing. And then beside it, he's got just kind of other big stuff he wants in there. So that's their cabinet and what they've chosen to do with their stuff. Besides the cabinets themselves, there are also these drawers, so let me show you those. This bottom one, our girls love playing dress up, so it's full of dress up, princessy, superhero-y stuff. This next one is the books that the kids are reading for a bedtime at night, or just ones that they're reading at the moment. Those change out pretty regularly depending on what they're reading. This next one is the girls' sock drawer. They are able to pretty much share socks, so they just keep all theirs together. And then Connor's socks and stuff in this top one. And then there are also the cabinets at the top. Those are mostly taken up by school stuff. So this one up here has a set of letter books, has some of the manipulatives and the Bob books, another little Target basket up there with I'm not really sure what at this point. This middle cabinet has more school stuff, math games and sorting games and stuff like that for teaching. This side is not school. This side is Connor and Haley's Labo. That is their Nintendo Switch game. They have a bunch of different pieces that are cardboard. It takes up half of a cabinet, which in an RV is a huge thing. So that should tell you how much they love it. That we were willing to give up part of a cabinet for that. So that is what's all in that side. If you have a Switch and haven't tried Labo, you really should. And then on this side is more, it's kind of messy looking, but there's more school stuff. So we've got Connor's rocks for his geology. We've got a globe. We've got clay for them. Candy that we use for math. Geo boards, and then puppets for Kenzie's language arts. So that one's a bit of a mess, but school stuff can't always be perfectly organized. Anyway, there's more school stuff in their room as well, so let me show you that while we're at it. So here we have just like a little organizer. This one I bought at Target. Right now it doesn't have hardly anything in it because I'm in the middle of switching out dramatic playthings. So they were doing a fire department. They had their flashlights and their axes and their badges and their, I don't know, all sorts of other stuff that firemen use. Then up here I've got just a little plastic drawer set. I've got their pattern blocks in here, lacing cards. Right now it's magnetic letters, but different stuff goes in there. I've also got more lacing cards up here for each of the letters. We love Melissa and Doug. And then I've also got more of those cardboard magazine holders, and I'm hoping to change those out for metal or plastic ones because these, as you can see, get crumpled and torn and all that kind of stuff. But for now it works. And those are divided up into our Bible things, math, science, dramatic play and art, and their reading stuff. So it has their different little games and worksheets and stuff like that that they'll have in those. As far as built-in stuff, there are those cabinets. And then the last little bit of storage that they have is not super useful because Kenzie's bed is so full of stuff that you can't lock her bed into position without a lot of trouble. So we don't very often. But some toys that just don't fit in their cabinet, and then some extra clothes just in case we're running behind on the laundry or whatever that week, they go under Kenzie's bed. So let me show you that. So if I lift up Kenzie's bed, there is storage down here for some bigger toys, some less used toys, some extra shoes, and some extra clothes. Also just stuck under her bed because there's room between the front of that box that has the toys and extra stuff. It's all the way back here. So there's plenty of room. We keep just a few things like Haley's art kit. We have this big old tub Legos. And we've got a little book set of Ansley's down there too. Let me show you what their beds look like. So here's Haley's. She got the top bunk with the bigger window. We've done a little bit more decorating on hers. So she's got her shelves up here. One thing, if you don't know already, you'll learn very quickly is that organizing and decorating an RV calls for lots and lots and lots of command strips. So that's what these are. These are Command brand shelves. So she's got 3 of those. They will just slip off their little brackets if we need them to. We don't ever take them off, but we could if we wanted to. And then her little decorations are affixed on there with museum putty. I don't know where I learned about museum putty, but it's my new best friend. Because that means that these decorations stay up there perfectly no matter how jostly the road is or anything, they stay right in place. That also gives her a spot for her glasses case. And here is Kenzie's bed. Kenzie and her menagerie of stuffed animals. We also have given the kids each a set of curtains. So the kids love each other, they love playing together, but sometimes they want their own space. So we got these curtains for each of them. They are hung up with, you guessed it, command hooks. I've got 3 command hooks up there. So we just set their curtain rod in there and shortened some curtains that we bought from Target, and now Haley has her own little space right there. She can just close it up and be by herself. So let me show you on Connor's. So here's Connor's bed. He's just got 3 command hooks over there for his baseball caps. I have promised him a little bit more decorating, just haven't gotten around to it, but it'll happen someday. I'm gonna make him some superhero pillows to go on here, but I haven't gotten there yet. Then he also has his curtains hung with the same kind of hooks, the same kind of curtain rod, so he can just have his own little space too. And each of these spaces has their own light, so that works out really well for them. Now Ainsley's bed is a little different. She was only 2 when we moved in, so we actually took out the fold-out couch that was in here. We didn't want her having to have a bed that would be folded up every night, so we wanted her to have her own bed. So we brought her toddler bed from home. I'm sure eventually she'll grow out of it, but right now she's totally fine with it still. So this is what she has. One thing that's really nice about that is that it has drawers. So this is where the girls have their pajamas and bathing suits and stuff like that. For her curtains, she has a shower curtain rod and the same kind of curtains also just cut off from a pair that we got at Target. So that's Ainsley's little bed. Kenzie unfortunately bent her curtain rod, so currently her curtains are not hanging. She's got her little hooks. When she does have curtains, they act more like a tent. So they'll pull across and they're longer, and so they'll come across down here like just like a tent for her. That was the best we could figure out as far as getting her her own private space. So we've got to get her a new curtain rod so she can have that again. We've got a couple other things that we added, so let me show you those as well. One of the things that was really missing for us was a dresser. Because Ainsley's bed was shorter, we were able to put a dresser in beside hers. When she goes to a bigger bed, I don't know what we're gonna do for their clothes. We'll figure that out later. They're dressers from IKEA, and I will put the links for all of the stuff I'm talking about today down in this description below, so you can find that online in case you're interested in doing the same sort of thing. So here's their dresser. The girls each get a drawer, and since the girls get a drawer in Ainsley's bed, Connor gets 2 in the dresser. So those are Haley's clothes. So how do we deal with only having 1 little drawer, or 2 or 3 if you count the pajama drawer and sock drawer, but for living year round, where you gotta have at least enough clothes for warm weather and cold? Well, the way that we do it is whatever season it's in, they put their clothes in the drawer, and then whatever's off season they put in their suitcases. The last piece that we've added is this one behind me, also a piece from IKEA, if you couldn't tell. So they've got their toys organized here. So they've got different kinds of toys in each of the buckets. And that's worked out really well for us for extra toys. These are also ones that I encourage them to play with more, because they're the more creative ones, that they're building stuff. So they're out, and I love that they're out because they play with them more often because they see them all the time. I've also added a little bit more organization by putting, you guessed it, command hooks on the side of this organizer. And then I bought these paper organizers, and so Kenzie's folders and notebook for school are right there. My little hook here for the cards for their building ideas, and down there is supposed to be another set of hooks, but somebody broke one of my command hooks, so I'm waiting on a replacement for that. And then when we're doing school, I use this other side to hang up the letters that they're working on, and Bible verses for memorization and that kind of stuff. So I use this other side kind of like a bulletin board. And then there's PlaySync is up on top. And then on top of their counter, besides the organizer, they've got the Bibles that we use for school. They also have the Wii U here, and a dollhouse, and a Barbie vet clinic, because Aunt Kenzie wants to be a vet when she grows up. So we thought Barbie vet would be a good way for her to practice. So that's how we've chosen to organize the bunkhouse in our RV. Now I want to know, what tips and tricks do you have for organizing an RV bunkhouse? Let us know in the comments below. I hope this video was helpful for you and maybe helped you come up with a few ideas for your own space. If it did, give us a thumbs up and let us know. And don't forget to join the Younger Gang so you can be a part of this awesome community. And I hope you'll check out some of our other videos right over there. As a matter of fact, you can click right up here to check out our video about organizing the master bedroom. So, spending hours and hours figuring out how to organize this space for 4 kids and helping you get some ideas for your space, that's just another way we're living younger every day. Thank you so much for watching, and we'll see you in the next one.